Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new episode in the Outfit Battles series. If you're not familiar with what this series is, essentially you guys send me in a screenshot of your loadout, or maybe like a loadout that you're proud of, or a loadout that you like the look of, that you own. And the idea is I sort through all of the submissions and pick out a potential matchup, and there's a chance that you can get featured in the episode. So the idea is you guys vote for whichever loadout you think is nicer, and I reveal the results of which loadout won and which loadout is objectively better in the next episode. So before we get into this episode, I will say if you would like to submit your own loadout for this series, it's really simple. Just go over to my Discord server, head down to the Outfit Battles room and submit a screenshot, assuming that the room is still open. It's really that simple, guys. I will say as well, don't submit more than one loadout picture if possible, just because, I mean, it doesn't really raise your chance of getting featured in the series. Another thing I will say is a lot of people do think that you have more of a chance of winning, or you have more of a chance of getting in if you have more unusuals, which isn't the case at all. Generally, you'll see in this episode and other episodes as well, I tend to feature loadouts of varying costs. So there'll be loadouts with 3 unusuals and an unusual taunt, and there'll also be a loadout worth under a key. Like, it's just loadouts matched up against each other that are similar costs, so there's no advantage in that front, and generally I just try to keep it even. So before we get into this episode, I will go through the results of the last episode just to keep you guys updated and see who you voted for that had the nicest loadout. So without further ado, we're going to get into the results of the last episode. So the first round of the previous episode was a match off between I Don't Have a Use and Xata. There were 458 votes cast in total. 363 of them went to I Don't Have a Use, meaning they won with 79%. Up next, we saw the battle of the friendly Hoovies. DEEFECT and Llama faced off with 400 votes cast in total. 350 of those votes went to DEEFECT and 50 went to Llama, meaning that DEEFECT won with an 88% win. That is one of the biggest wins we've ever seen on the series. Round 3, on the other hand, was a lot closer. We saw Mr. Meloji's Soldier face off against Mr. Sakamoto. There were 371 votes cast in total, 196 of which went to Mr. Meloji and 175 went to Mr. Sakamoto, meaning that 53% of the votes went to Mr. Meloji. So a really close matchup there. Even closer was the round after, which was the engineer round. We saw Cactus face off against Stefan Lotz 07. 321 votes were cast in total, and 163 of them went to Stefan, whilst 158 went to Cactus, meaning there was just 5 votes that decided that Stefan Lotz was the winner with a 51% victory. After that was a much more conclusive vote. We saw Velociraptor's Pyro versus Chip_Oatlay's Pyro. 343 votes were cast in total. 80% of them, with 274, went to Velociraptor, while 69 went to Chip_Oatlay. And finally, we had the 6th round, which again was very close. It was the sniper round between Electro Spans and eBay user Green. 170 votes went to Electro Spans, meaning that he came out on top with 52% of the votes. So without further ado, guys, we can get into this episode's matchups. Please do take the time to vote in the straw polls down below, as this is the whole premise of the series. It literally takes about 2 seconds to just vote which loadout you think is nicer, and really helps the series run. So if you could do that, it would be appreciated. Let's get into the first matchup. So this first battle is a battle between 2 heavy loadouts. This first heavy belongs to Shadow CHEVY and consists of a Starstorm Insomnia Lil Bitey, a green energy large luchador, a Dead of Night which is painted lime. I think the luchador and the Bitey are also painted, I'm pretty sure, but it just doesn't show on the HUD for some reason. And then he's got an unusual minigun with the effect of isotope, so it's a pretty green loadout, I think that's fair to say, and I love the combination of Starstorm Insomnia and Green Energy. I think it goes great together, because Starstorm Insomnia is quite an overlooked effect, and with the stars falling into the Green Energy, it actually looks really cool. I just feel like the lime paint on the Dead of Night might be a little bit too much. I don't know, I'm not sure. I think it's a really nice loadout and a great like use of effects combo together. I think the isotope on the minigun is a really nice effect. It's just a bit overwhelming when you look at it initially. Nonetheless though, we're going to be seeing the return of DEEFECT. This time their loadout isn't a friendly Hoovy. This time it consists of a Tesla Coil Mohorn painted orange, a El Duderino, also painted orange, and the Bone Cut Belt, which has a lovely orange patch on the side and the spikes are orange because it's painted orange. My only issue with this loadout is that, of course, the bone cut belt is a Halloween cosmetic, so you can only use it in servers that allow Halloween or have the Halloween plugin. But like, this is the most hardcore heavy loadout you'll ever see. It's got the I love the color coordination. It's even got like the orange minigun skin as well. I don't think it's too overwhelming in the sense that the orange paint on the bone cut belt is fairly subtle in comparison to the lime on the Dead of Night, and it looks a lot more natural because the Mohorn is hair and the El Duderino, it only paints the beard, which is also hair, so it does look a bit more natural. I just think it's such like a hardcore, like, rocker loadout. I just think it's really cool. It's going to be interesting to see who you guys think has the better loadout, but nonetheless, it should be a pretty close matchup, if I'd say so myself. Up next, round 2, we have the Pyro. This first Pyro belongs to Daft Swing. It consists of a Time Warp Dead Cone, a Apparitions Aspect painted orange, and the Hot Case. I really like this loadout. I think the Hot Case and the Aspect go really well together, and I really like as well the orange undershirt on that Hot Case is not painted or anything. It goes with like the orange shade of the Aspect, which you can't really see with Time Warp behind it, and the orange traffic cone as well. So I think the color coordination is great. I think the Time Warp effect obviously is like orange and purple, so it does go fairly well. It's just like a nice simplistic loadout. I think I'm just a bit biased because I really like the Hot Case. But nonetheless though, that is a really cool loadout. It's going to be going up against Lilac Pyro's loadout, which consists of a Orbiting Planets Pyromancer's mask, a Strange Deity's dress, and this is actually topped off with a Vivid Plasma, I believe. I'm not too sure which effect is on which hat, but I'd assume the Vivid Plasma or the Orbiting Planets is on the Feathered Fiend, which is nice. You never really see unusual versions of these pop up, but obviously they've gone for the combination of the Feathered Fiend and the Deity's dress. You can't go wrong with it. The cosmetics were made to be used together. I think the pink paint on the little feathers on both of these cosmetics looks really good, and that Pyromancer's mask in the middle is a nice colour break. Although it is pink painted, it's not got the style that's very pink, so I think it's a nice colour break in the middle, and it's just like a really nice combination of cosmetics. I think the Pyromancer's mask goes perfectly in the middle of the Deity's dress and the Feathered Fiend, so that's a pretty interesting loadout, and again, I'm not too sure which you guys are going to vote for. Outfit battle number 3, we're moving on to the Scout. This time we're going to be taking a look at RETMISPAR's Scout. It consists of the Caffeine Cooler, the Bonk Helm, and the Bonk Boy. And it's also worth noting he has the Bonk Atomic Punch equipped as well. Like, this is the Bonk loadout, you know? Like, every single item in this loadout has something to do with Bonk, and I love that. I think the cosmetics go well together. They're obviously made to go well together, and I think the Bonk Boy in this, or the Bonk Atomic Punch rather, in this screenshot is a lovely touch. He's drinking Bonk, he's got Bonk on his back in the Caffeine Cooler, and he's got Bonk in his hand. Like, it's just a very Bonk Atomic Punch themed loadout. This is going to be paired up against the Scout loadout belonging to Jiachi Chu. It consists of a Strange Vive la France, a Bruiser's bandana, and the Airborne attire. It's a very basic loadout, but I love how the Vive la France looks with the Bruiser's bandana, and the Airborne attire is like you can't go wrong with it, you know? It's just a jacket. Like, it's just a very nice loadout, I think, and the style on the Bruiser's bandana as well looks very clean with the all black Vive la France. This is a very clean loadout, and it's going to be interesting to see if you like the more flashy Bonk one or the more simplistic Vive la France bandana combination. Now to liven things up again, we're back with a soldier battle. This soldier battle, the first loadout belongs to Mickey the Mouse, which consists of a strange, unusual nuke with the effect of purple energy. It's paired with a white painted Strange Bruiser's bandana and a white painted Strange Dead of Night. There's just something about the nuke that I really like. I really liked the ground control when that was initially released, and the nuke's no different. It's just something about that style looks really good, and I think the fact he white painted the bandana and the Dead of Night complements the gold paint on the nuke and the purple energy. It emphasizes them a bit more. It's just a really nice clean loadout. Everything works well together. This is going to be going up against Sargent soldier loadout that consists of a Haunted Ghost Exquisite Rack, a Harvest Moon Sergeant's drill hat, and a Strange Cold Snap coat. The Sergeant's drill hat is white painted as well. I think this is a really cool combination of effects. Harvest Moon and Haunted Ghosts go great together, both Halloween effects. They go well together, you know, the green on the Harvest Moon and the green underneath it of the Haunted Ghost kind of blending in and out of that cloud. Looks really good. And the white paint on the Sergeant's drill hat, it's a bit brighter than the default colour of the rack and the Cold Snap coat, which I like. It kind of stands out a bit more. Both two very nice soldier, unusual loadouts nonetheless though. And the final battle we're going to be seeing today is going to be the Battle of the Spy loadouts. This first spy belongs to Don Cheadle, I think. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong, but it consists of the genuine Tomb Raiders, the genuine Arkham cowl, and the Assassin's attire. I love how the Arkham cowl works with the Assassin's attire. The black mask with the black tuxedo looks great, and the red on the Tomb Raiders goes with that red tie and red little pocket tie, whatever that's called as well. Like, these cosmetics go great together. I've never seen the Arkham cowl used in a loadout like this, and I'd like to see it used more, honestly. This is amazing. I really like how simplistic it is, but it just works so well. This is going to be going up against TALERIAN's spy loadout, which is a bit more flashy. It consists of a ballooner hoodie, a dead head, and a Chicago overcoat. I think the dead head goes with the ballooner hoodie great. The hoodie wraps perfectly around the skull mask on the spy. It just fits well together, and the Chicago overcoat does go well with this as well. Like, again, these are two very clean loadouts where all the cosmetics flow together really well. So that's just about it for this episode, guys. Please do vote what loadout you'd like to see win down below. It literally takes 2 seconds and is how this whole series works. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Once again, my Discord will be down below. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching, and peace.
Lose control, I feel comfy on my own. Just beware, they'll take your phone. Couldn't walk in my 10 toes. In the fields, not on the road. I'm out here so rock and roll. Cocaine, yeah, it touched my nose. Pistol in hand, lock and load. Swag. Lie, I feel comfy on my own. I feel